Ladies and gentlemen, here are the Ravens.
Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen ready to get the preseason started. Off we go here in Baltimore. Whoa! And he will be stopped at the 25-yard line, so that's where this opening drive of the game will begin. Lamar Jackson, twice the MVP, Greg, leads this Ravens team out season 9, but season 1 without John Harbaugh as his head coach.
You know, I think one of the biggest factors for Lamar Jackson this season, Mike, is just to stay healthy. They got to just find a way to keep him on the field, keep him in one piece. And you know, I think when you talk about a dynamic player like Lamar and, you know, his ability to use his legs and his ability to improvise, there's a very fine line, especially early in the season. Stay away from those hits, operate more as a passer, and then towards the end of the season, when things really matter, let him really loose.
He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman. Loose inside the 30. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 72 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. Second play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Here comes Will Shipley on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here come the Eagles, and that's Jalen Hurts. Year 7 now in the league. The Super Bowl 59 MVP out of Oklahoma.
You know, one of the biggest stories of the entire NFL offseason, Mike, was the Philadelphia Eagles, and specifically this Eagles offense. And, you know, anytime we talk about that, it's going to center around the quarterback, Jalen Hurts. And, you know, here's a guy that's been a Super Bowl champion, played in multiple Super Bowls, has been an MVP contender multiple seasons. So how do they build this new offense around him? How do they get Jalen Hurts back playing the ball we saw just a couple seasons ago? Because when he's at his best with the talent of this offense, this is a Super Bowl contender.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. On the handoff, this is Barkley. A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for an Eagles first down.
Nice run there by Saquon, and you know, it's kind of funny, Mike. He might be the only player in the league that when they rush for over 1,100 yards, people like to call it a down year. And that's only because of the standard that he has set. Last season doesn't necessarily live up to the historic 2024 season, but there's no doubt he's still one of the best players in football. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
At the 41-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Philadelphia.
Malachi starts on the tackle. It's a gain of 10. First down, Eagles.
To throw is Hurts. He's got it at the 7. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
First and goal.
That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game, Mike. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back for the first time in your huddle? And I'll tell you what, they've answered all those questions, and now they're set up first and goal.
And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10. From a little further back, here's second and goal. A pistol snap back to Hurts. A look to the end zone, and it's broken up. Incomplete. There was no space, no separation that time. That's going to bring it to third and goal. Hurts working in the pistol. That is caught. What a job to keep the play alive. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Eagles.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. Oh, he missed the extra point. It's no good, and they can't even this one up. They will remain down by 1. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens. You look at their offensive coordinator, Declan Doyle. Doyle was the youngest offensive coordinator in football a year ago with the Bears, leaving after 1 year to join Jesse Minter's staff with the Ravens in 2026. Play action now. Jackson. Pass caught by Hifner. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
At the 26-yard line.
Jackson now on second down. Now a screen set up for Henry. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter.
Brings up third and 10.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. It's the Ravens out front. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins as they've got it third and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down. Jalen Carter. He gets in there for the sack, and it looks like the time off has not slowed him down one bit. Eckley on to punt. He sends that one skyward. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. Devontae Smith and the rest of the Philly offense heading back onto the field. And, Greg, week one here in the preseason. Look, we know a lot of the guys who are going to make the roster, but there's still a lot to happen in training camp that players can find their way to a spot on the opening Sunday.
You know, we hear these stories all the time, Michael. There's a little buzz about a guy in training camp and coming out the local beat reporters and maybe the coaches talking about him a little bit. But then there's the surrounding question of, is he going to make the roster? And it's really what they do in these preseason games away from practice that ends up being the deciding factor. And how often do we see not only do they make the roster, but in some cases they go on to really have critical roles down the line as the season unfolds. So I know to a lot of fans and some of the veterans, these games don't feel like a whole lot, but to some guys on that sideline, their entire career is in front of them.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Veteran Trey Hendrickson there on the stop. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 8. Getting the tight end involved in the run game here.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
3rd and short, and Hurts will throw. Short throw taken in by Goddard. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
Really nice job defensively, winning at the point of attack. There was nowhere for him to go, and this once promising drive ends with a really good defensive stand.
Off the play fake, Jackson. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times...
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Jahad Campbell getting in there for the sack. It's got to feel great as he gets this preseason off on the right foot. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll send Flowers in motion. And they will get another play off. We have reached the 2-minute warning. We'll come back to Baltimore after this. 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. Flushed to his left. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he will get some yardage there on the scrambles, but not nearly enough. And that's going to bring up 4th and long. They'll send out the punt team, and the kick's away. On the return, it's Covey. He's to midfield. And it's a very nice return. He is giving the offense a short field. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's 1st and 10. Here's Barkley. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
Malachi starts on the tackle. A 7-yard
2nd down and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 37-yard.
Now it's Hurts. Quick throw on the slant, taken in by Smith. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Philadelphia.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. That'll be incomplete with a penalty flag down. It looked like someone was across early. So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They'll run it here with Saquon. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Veteran Trey Hendrickson there on the stop.
The 21-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and 1. Hurts now. That's to the sideline and hauled in by Smith. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. And with just 4 seconds left in the 1st half, a timeout is called. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. Officially a 29-yard attempt. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles move out front. It's 9-7.
So chances are, I don't think this field goal is going to ultimately decide the outcome of the game. But I promise you, Mike, they got a couple seconds here to defend. They'll kick this ball off. But when they run into that tunnel for halftime, going in with the lead, there's going to be some guys feeling pretty good about their chances coming out of the break.
And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this 1st half. So the two teams head for their respective locker rooms. We head to Orlando. Scott Hansen has our halftime report. Scott.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the 1st half. What will happen in the 2nd half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. He'll get across the 20, mark him down to the 23-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line. Oh, they come out of the locker room smoking to begin the 2nd half. A big play there right away.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 2 nice play calls here to kick off the drive. 15 more on that one.
When the Eagles drafted Mekhi Lemon, I think we all saw the writing on the wall. Could he be A.J. Brown's replacement? Now, he's a very different player, but what they share is that dynamic elite route running, that run after catch ability. So I think if this plays out the way they hoped, I think the Eagles got themselves a good one. And this is just more of the same, picking up exactly where he left off in the first half. And these numbers, Mike, as you see him, they just pop out at you. I mean, he has been the driving force of this offense from the very start.
They are moving the ball well on this drive, aren't they? It's another 1st and 10. Now, Hurts. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Hurts. That is brought in at the 10. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal. Here's Barkley. Saquon is in for an Eagles touchdown. Barkley puts 6 up for Philly.
So, Mike, when I played, we would sit in our goal line install meeting, and, you know, teams would try to come up with really creative ways to punch the ball across. But the simplest way I ever heard, I had a coach tell me that
he's hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
So they decided to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
The return starts from the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Ravens offense ready for their first possession of this 2nd half. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. He looks forward for maybe a yard. That's John Campbell getting in there to make the play. From the 25, here's 2nd down and 9. Here's Jackson. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
They'll send Flowers in motion. On 3rd down, Jackson. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get that to Tez Walker, and that will lead to a 2nd down. A give right up the middle to Henry. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
This brought in out past the 20. And some good running on that return as he takes it up close to midfield. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
A ball deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. That one was intended for Devontae Smith.
So something they teach these defenders, especially in the secondary, Mike, is to trust your eyes. Don't panic, don't overcommit until you see where that ball is being thrown. And so great example here, the defender just trusting those eyes, breaking on the ball, and he almost comes away with it there.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down. Now Barkley. He'll carry this one inside the 20, into the red zone. Give him 8 on that carry.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
So we are through 3. EA Sports back for more from the NFL preseason after this. Second down, they need 2 yards. On play action, here's Hurts. That'll be caught left side. It's Goddard. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down. And it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice game.
They'll run the counter with Barkley. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long. Like he's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop him for no gain yet again. And now it's third down. Once again, it's Barkley.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on fourth down. They'll try it now with Barkley. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
DC, ready? DC.
Back near his goal line, Jackson. And he's taken down up past the 35. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 33 yards. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for first and 10. Jackson. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
First and 10 at the 46.
On play action, here's Jackson. He'll swing this out wide to Henry. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
This one complete to Bateman. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They come to the line for this one. 3rd down, needing 3. They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
Oh, what a catch there. He pulled it in one hand. Now the Ravens use their first timeout, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Again, it's Jackson. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll send Flowers in motion. To the air one more time with Jackson. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Jackson up top again. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. Defense has to play smart, avoid a penalty on 4th and long. Jackson looking to throw. This is caught. He's got a long way to go. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining for the defense. But burning that timeout early really comes back to cost them now. On 1st down, it's Hurts. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
The Ravens now going to use their final timeout. And it comes with 1:15 left to go in the 2nd half. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Now Hurts. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends up being a wasted down.
And they'll get maybe a yard out of that. Not nearly enough. It'll be 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
So, on fourth down, here's Brady Mann to punch it away for the Eagles as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. So, here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
A pass pulled in by Henry.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play. But put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Going up top and looking for Flowers. And this will be a touchdown. They are within a 2-point conversion of coming back to tie this game.
What a finish there to get the touchdown, but of course the job's not done, and this is where the defense needs to regroup, Mike. It's one thing to give up the touchdown, but now you're...
Oh, they were in field goal range, but it's an interception. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. Inside the 30.
The attempt at the 2-point conversion is no good. That keeps the score Eagles 15, Ravens 13.
In need of a recovery and a quick field goal. Here comes the onside kick.
That was their last shot. They've got no timeouts left. Now the offense can just simply come take the field. Best play in football, Mike. Victory formation. Take a couple knees. Get on with the win.
Hurts down to a knee, and that will wrap this one up. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles as they start things out with a victory here in the first week of this preseason. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico.